the city of the sun. You could have stayed, it's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through colored glass, time moves on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
Today is February 23rd, 2025. It is 2:50 a.m., almost 3 o'clock. It took me a while to look for some tweets to share with you because I haven't been engaging that much on Twitter, so my timeline, it's not generating too much of the Sussex's content. I had to search for Meghan Markle and then to find some stuff to share with you. And this is the thing sometimes I don't understand with the Rangers. If they keep on commenting on Meghan and Harry and all of that, that means they had to search for those content so they could complain. Look at this. I follow her. Majority of my timeline or people that I follow are people who follow Meghan Markle, who have common sense, reasonable people, even some people who are not even following Meghan. But when I come across their content and I see that they're making sense to me, so sometime I will follow them. But because this week I've been purposely staying back away on social media so I don't get too encouraged to talk about certain things, so I decided, I took it upon myself to stay away a little bit from social media. Yes, I peek here and there, but I have control of what I do and what I don't want to do. So to prevent myself from probably say something that I may not want to say accidentally, so I took a step back. So which means the derangers, the crazies who's consistently talking about Meghan or Harry in a negative way, that means they had to search for her stuff. Okay, they have to search for her content to talk about her. But anyway, so this is what I have. I came across. The last one has to do with oh, did I put it? Wait a second, let me make sure. It should be blue sky. Okay, that's Kamala Harris. She received NAACP. Kamala. Okay, I wanna give myself these are like my note when I come across it, so I have an idea. All right, so 2, 4, 6, 8 tweets. So we shall see. Some of them are pretty long. There's a thread in one of them. So this is the background. That this video I recorded yesterday, and yeah, it did okay. 354 views for now, and I just upload the second part, which I had finished in the middle of the day, but I didn't make it public yet. I scheduled it for like 4 o'clock, I think, 5 o'clock. All right, so the second part is coming, and then I'm doing this for, I guess, Monday maybe. I may not record anything after that come this week until I'm finished with what I'm doing. That's been keeping me busy. But anyway, I'm trying not to say too much. All right, so this is the background. So let's go on Twitter. First, let me grab the link. All right, so this is one of those. That's Hola. It's not on my list, but since you see, I had to search for her name right there to grab some of the things to share with you. So I didn't put this one, but it says here, the Office alum also spoke about misconception about the Duchess of Sussex. I'm not going to read the article. All right? I pick enough to share with you, so let's focus on the list. Okay? By now, Meghan is used to hearing about your tantrum, but the fact she has her voice, your background noises don't matter and never will, as ever. All right? Oh, there's no comment. All right, so these are extra things that happened during the IG. All right, so there's that. These are extra. With love, Meghan, as ever. Meghan is an icon. There's this. See what drops in my inbox. With love, Meghan, coming soon on Netflix, 4th March 2025. Love is hidden in the detail, Meghan. So there's all of that. And by the way, the other day my husband, I'm done with this, okay? The others were extra. The other day my husband said, oh my God, the price of Netflix is going up again. So he's giving me the warning. He's like, it's getting too expensive. If that's the case, we might as well get cable. But hey, I want Netflix to know they better not go too high, because we may not be, well, at least for me, I may not have Netflix anytime soon, because my husband, once he finish work, he's in his zone. Either he go watch my son plays, or he hang out with the kids, and when he's watching TV, he's in his zone or whatever. But when he's watching TV, he watch pretty much everything that he needs to watch on Netflix already. The Meghan things, it's not his stuff, okay? It's not his stuff at all. It's me who's holding on to Netflix. So he has watched everything on Netflix that he's interested in. Me, it's when the stuff about Meghan that comes up, I'll watch it and then I'm done. So there's a possibility we may not have Netflix anytime soon. So Netflix better not put it any higher anymore. If that's the case, I'm going to have to tell my husband, do what you have to do, because he watch more TV than I do. But anyway, the reason I wanted Netflix to stay, not only to watch some of the content about Meghan, I just didn't want any second-hand thing. You know, we already know the mainstream media will distort anything about her. I want to see it for myself. But if Netflix is getting too expensive, and my husband, who watch more TV than I do, I have to at some point say, okay, do what you gotta do, you know. But the thing is that when we have cable, I do not want my kids to be addicted to watching TV. They don't watch that much TV. Yes, occasionally they are on their phone. I'm aware of that, okay? I'm not hiding away from that, but I have control of that. I could take the device away from them, you know. And my oldest is getting too old. I can't, you know, I have to put some limits in certain things. Anyway, let's get back to it. The main point is Netflix, you better not put it any higher anymore. Otherwise, I'm not going to have Netflix. We could have cable and Netflix at the same time, but there's no reason for all these expenses. Things are not getting any cheaper. All right, look what's happening in the US, what Trump is trying to do. So we can't waste money like that. I'm fully aware of that. All right. Second tweet. This is a thread, right? That's the thread, yeah? So we're going to go over it. I'm not surprised Meghan Markle showed similar kindness to the suit crew and the palace staff. One of three. Netflix crew revealed what it's like to work with Meghan Markle after surprise speech. Meghan had made everyone involved in filming feel welcome and even brought, she point down here, let's see here. Netflix crew revealed what it's like to work with Meghan Markle after surprise speech. The Duchess Sussex, 43, surprised the crew with her action while working on her new show. Jasmine Carey, reporter. When was that? Oh, yesterday. Very interesting. Okay, this is a screenshot. A member of production told the I how Meghan. What the hell is that? Told the I how? Okay, that's a very misspelled word. I don't know what you mean by that. A member of production told the I how Meghan had made everyone involved in filming feel welcome and even bought them all a gift on the last day of filming. A source close to the production said, quote, she gave a speech on the last day of filming and graciously gifted our place pens and wooden spoons for the entire crew and engraved them in her own handwriting. It's a tight-knit group and she made everybody feel welcome. Meghan Markle organized an ice cream party for the Kensington Palace staff after reports that Meghan Markle is difficult to work with and not liked by palace staff. A friend of the former actress shares stories of how she goes out of her way to be kind to employees. The Duchess of Sussex reportedly hosted an ice cream and sorbet party for Kensington Palace staff. If I'm not mistaken, I think, you guys could correct me on that, I think Omid Scobie did brought this up at one point. I don't know if it's the ice cream party, but when she was leaving, I think Omid sort of at one point made a reference to that to the reporter, made a point about her like a goodbye party kind of thing. Okay, so this is extra. Okay, 2 of 3. Them all a gift on the last day of filming. Meghan Markle never bullied any palace staff. She was kind to them. She even gave the palace guard hand warmers. And there is a witness. Okay, so let's see here. There is a witness. Meghan bullying the staff is a lie fabricated by Jason Kunoff. Yeah, they got the wrong person. That blueprint has been working so well for them because it works so well for them, but they got the wrong person to use that blueprint on. Not only she had a pass, okay, and public eyes and people, she's worked with big companies before and know how she is, and then the moment she came over there and to have this smearing campaign on her, it's like, nah.
Do you really believe that a campaign was being waged against you?
Yes, I did, absolutely. Yeah.
Why?
I was a separated wife to the Prince of Wales. I was a problem, full stop. Never happened before. What do we do with her?
Can't we pack her off to somewhere quietly rather than campaign against her?
She won't go quietly. That's the problem. I'll fight till the end.
And then she had 3 million eyeballs who were following her. Okay, that's her IG account before she left Canada to go to the UK. All right, so she had all those eyeballs following her, and the moment they start their nonsense, those eyeballs were like, nope, that's not her, that's not the Meghan that we know. And yesterday's video, one of them, I did 2 videos, is that I explained what gravitated me to look more into Meghan. And one of the things that I've always said is that African American, despite what the mainstream media say about African Americans, okay, but the moment that I saw the negativity, yes, I have to say that, yes, they probably got me the first two whatever headlines that I came across, but I don't think I really believed it. But I brush it off and move on. But when I saw the consistent of the negativity, this is what caught my attention. I was like, there's no way. What backed up my claim about this perception is look at the US 2024 election. Okay? 92% and for women, and I think between 77 and 80. Some places the numbers for the men is a bit different, but let's say between 77 and 80% of black men, African American, who vote the right way with integrity, respect, empathy, all sort of the things that will get people together in a more respectable way. There's no way, that nonsense they try on Meghan. There's no way. All right, she will always do spirit boosters for the crew on set, says the Duchess of Sussex former co-star. That's by Michelle Tober. That was back in 2019. Yes, Meghan Markle sent work email at various hours, sometime that sparked some in the UK to criticize her difficult work style. This is something I've said in the past before. If she wanted you to respond right away, what's the first technology that she could have used if she wanted you to respond right away? It's to call you. But she didn't do that. The email, you could look at it any other time. If you want to look at it the moment you wake up, or after you take a shower, after you eat breakfast, or while you're eating breakfast or something, you're reading your email. Yeah, but she emailed it to you because this is the time that she had to do it. Alright? That doesn't mean you have to respond to her the second. I mean, is your phone or you looking at your email 24/7 without having a break? These people are freaking ridiculous. The email thing is such a weird slang on someone who is actually an incredibly organized, diligent, focused, hardworking person, a former colleague of Meghan's tells people in this week's cover story. She was always that way. She showed up on set more prepared than anyone else. Her friend says that the royal mom-to-be is a team player who is always the leader of a group moral. A former co-star recalled how she will often do small things to boost the mood on set, like having gourmet burgers delivered for the crew. It's the same stuff she does with her office at Kensington Palace now. The co-star says, I came by there one day and she had ordered an incredible ice cream and sober stand for the office. They were remaking how it was the best day of work ever. It warmed my heart to see her just continuing to be her and bring her style to the UK. It seems like some people prefer living in pain. You have those people on top who will always be fine because they have the money, and the people who's below those, the senior royals, I don't know, it seems like they don't know when people's doing kindness to them. But anyway, let's continue. Meghan's thoughtfulness doesn't end at her own office. A longtime friend was recently visiting Meghan when she noticed boxes lining Nottingham Cottage, the Kensington Palace home where she and Prince Harry have lived since their engagement. Nottingham Cottage. Okay, let me leave that alone because there's some switch up somewhere in my brain. I'm not sure it's correct, so let me not even mention it. When the pal asked Meghan, When the boxes were, she responded, they're hand warmers. Every time it gets cold like this, I take them to the guard station. The guards, there's no more after that. Okay, 3 of 3. Prince William and Kate Middleton, they panicked when they heard about the Oprah interview and throw out that lie, a lie that British media is still profiting from, a lie they keep using to assassinate her character. It's unbelievable. This is the way this guy came out to be. When the pa asked Meghan was the boxes where, she responded, they are hand warmers. Every time it gets cold like this, I take them to the guard station. The guards are standing at their posts and I don't want the guys to be cold. Related article. Look at this. She was able to notice all of that. Meanwhile, the others, okay, they just don't even pay attention to the guards. This guy. This is misleading nonsense. The former staff members did not make the bullying allegation. Jason Kenoff did. Royal reporter, author of The Courtiers, admitting that the bullying charges made against Meghan were fabricated by Prince William's aide Jason Kenoff. She was officially clear of all charges on June 29, 2022. Meghan Markle is happy her name has been clear after bullying investigation concluded. She and Harry are moving on exclusive. For this, okay? Even though they said their name have been cleared, they should have made it public. Harry and Meghan should have requested for it to be made public, because in the future, we have seen their pattern. Because these people cannot live in peace. Sometimes they just, they could probably watching TV, just relaxing, and they itch for some miserable thing for people, for someone else, and they decided to bring it back up again and start that stupid rumor. Meghan and Harry should have asked for it to be made public, because when they were spreading their lies, they were at the rooftop screaming for the entire universe to hear it. And the entire universe did hear it. So they should have asked for it to be put public again. Because they could go in the future, they rewrite it any way that they want. And by that time, Harry and Meghan, God forbid, will not be there to defend themselves. Look at what William did to his own mother. Okay? About the Panorama interview with Martin Bashir, saying that, here's the clip, all right, to discredit his mother.
I would like to thank Lord Dyson and his team for the report. It is welcome that the BBC accepts Lord Dyson's findings in full, which are extremely concerning. That BBC employees lied and used fake documents to obtain the interview with my mother, made lurid and false claims about the royal family, which played on her fears and fueled paranoia, displayed woeful incompetence when investigating complaints and concerns about the programme, and were evasive in their reporting to the media and covered up what they knew from their internal investigation. It is my view that the deceitful way the interview was obtained substantially influenced what my mother said. The interview was a major contribution to making my parents' relationship worse and has since hurt countless others. It brings indescribable sadness to know that the BBC's failures contributed significantly to her fear, paranoia, and isolation that I remember from those final years with her. But what saddens me most is that if the BBC had properly investigated the complaints and concerns first raised in 1995, my mother would have known that she had been deceived. She was failed not just by a rogue reporter, but by leaders at the BBC who looked the other way rather than asking the tough questions. It is my firm view that this Panorama programme holds no legitimacy and should never be aired again. It effectively established a false narrative which for over a quarter of a century has been commercialised by the BBC and others. This settled narrative now needs to be addressed by the BBC and anyone else who has written or intends to write about these events. In an era of fake news, public service broadcasting and a free press have never been more important. These failings, identified by investigative journalists, not only let my mother down and my family down.
Alright, something like that. Okay, rejoicing royals, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are pleased with the result of the bullying investigation against the Duchess of Sussex. So there's no more. Alright, so there's this. I have this somewhere. Alright, the Sun, Rupert Murdoch, asked me to lie that Meghan Markle fired all her staff. This is the thing. These people, they cannot live in peace. I just don't understand. How is this will make this person feel better for this to come out? It's just mind-boggling. I just don't understand why they feel like they have to push somebody to go and say something like that about someone else. I don't understand it. This is what I'm saying. These people cannot live in peace. Yes, they want to make money and for people to buy. This is why in my last video where I said some people, they need to reconnect themselves with nature, to centralize themselves, to know what they're all about. Because if this lady, for instance, this writer, did not have common sense for herself and only thought about the money and go write some BS pieces, till this day, that probably would be haunting her, knowing what she wrote was a lie. When, the moment she said, no, I'm not going to write it, and I don't know her, I'm not privy to it, to write about her, the moment she rejected that, guess what? Her peace of mind continue. All right? She doesn't have to look back and say, why did I write this? Full of regret. Maybe at that time she probably did need the money, but the money wasn't a priority to her for her to lie. In my humble opinion, her peace of mind remained intact. Whatever issues she might face in the future that might need money, but at least she's not using the money that she got for lying about something. She will always find a way moving forward. But anyway, let's listen to this since it's here. 53 seconds, screenshot, okay?
About how the media inflames this. I was called by the Sun newspaper. If you don't know what the Sun is, it's sort of
got the topless girl on page 3. That's all you need
and
to
they
know.
called me about a month ago to ask if I'd write about how Meghan was like Wallace and how Meghan was going to destroy the royal family and the arguments between Meghan and Kate. And I said, I'm really sorry, I'm just not privy to all of this. I don't think I could do it. And the commissioning editor was really twisting my arm to write this article and say, but you could say, couldn't you, that X happened, and you could say that she's fired all her staff, and you could say that Kate has said this. And I said, well, I'm really sorry, I don't know that, I can't do it. And this conversation went on for about half an hour, and I didn't write the article, but it just gives you an insight into how this whole thing is being, the flames are being fanned by the media. About how the...
Okay, this is the thing. You have those old people who's hungry for money, want to leave this toxic city in this world. And now there are some young people who don't know themselves or who refuse whatever it is that goes in their crazy mind, okay, to continue that toxicity. And someone like her who said, no, I'm not going to write it. But anyway, let's continue. Vanity Fair, she pointing here. Why Vanity Fair serves as a distraction to undermine Prince Harry's fight for justice. The Vanity Fair article published on January 17, 2025 coincides with Prince Harry's ongoing legal battle against media outlet over phone hacking and privacy invasion. These lawsuits seek accountability for unethical practices, yet Harry's fight often triggers waves of damaging stories designed to undermine his credibility. Vanity Fair's chief royal editor, Katie Nicholl, plays a notable role in these controversies. Although Vanity Fair is now owned by Rupert Murdoch, Nicholl previously worked for Murdoch on publication and the Daily Mail, both implicated in Harry's legal claim. I don't know what to say. Literally, Harry invited 3 U.S. publications onto his space. That's when he was in New York back in September 2024 when he was doing the thing for travelers. Vanity Fair, Town and Country, and People. These 3 outlets.
Vanity Fair, Town and Country, People. All doing wonderful. Vanity Fair.
Now, this toxic woman decided to do this, and I think this is it for Vanity Fair. In my humble opinion, we shall see moving forward, because if that was me, Vanity Fair would be done. After he literally put the red carpet for them to come in into his space to write whatever you want as long as the truth. And then this toxic, evil woman decided to do this, and that was it. In my humble opinion, I think that's it for Vanity Fair. Top male journalist Katie Nicole used illegally obtained information and stories. My God, November 27, 2019. This is sad. This is sad. Sad on so many levels. And the first part of our deep investigation into crimes and malpractice at the Daily Mail and Mail on Sunday, Byline Investigate can tell how 3 phone hackers admit selling Miss Nichols stories. 2 private investigators admit supplying her with black information. Targets include Prince Harry, Hugh Grant, and Carol Middleton. It comes as Meghan Markle sues the Mail on Sunday for publishing her private letter. And they went out of their way to get the letter too. God is good. Alright, so this is a nice little thread to remind some of us how these nonsense came about. And it's things like this. When I first popped up onto the scene to learn more about Meghan, people who took the time, squaddies who took the time to put things like that, this is how I was able to learn a couple things. Even though when these stuff that she put here were happening, I was already on board on Harry and Meghan's positive side. But leading up to me learning about Harry and Meghan are the squad who were putting something similar to this thread. Okay, so whoever is new, who's just happened to start following Meghan, will learn about this. So this is not time wasted. This is time to help inform other people, because if the mainstream media are taking their time to consistently flood the airwave with negativity about Meghan, and there she is here putting it all together here on one thread and saying this is how certain things what Meghan and Harry have gone through. All right, so that's that. Let's go to the next tweet. I thought I put it to refresh some of us. Let's pause this. Same person as well. The weapons you use to destroy others will be the same weapons that destroy you. While those you seek to destroy will thrive and become more popular, what did the royal family gain from all the assault on Meghan Markle and Prince Harry by UK press? What did they win? Exactly nothing. They haven't learned anything yet. Okay, the source added, the greater truth is that Harry and Meghan make better headlines than the King and Camilla or William and Kate. The idea of them still being in public service but aboard and out of the control of the institution and dominating the media narrative just can't happen. Again, these people, the left behinders, they see what people wants to hear. Okay? There's Meghan and Harry who have the blueprint of what people want to hear. But for them, they want to go the opposite, the evil side of humanity, the evil things. So they're flooding the airwave with negativity. Just because they're flooding it, that doesn't mean this is what people want to hear. People are tired of the negativity. I don't know. I really don't know. And this is why I'm really sad to see this is what one of Princess Diana's son decided to do, to continue the nonsense that put her in the ground. Senior members of the family wanted them back after the transition period and were ready to continue playing dirty to make this happen. They never thought the trial period would work and try everything to make it fail, starting with the removal of security and then sign off on a 12-month assault by UK press on Harry and Meghan and everyone in their orbit. Again, they never let nature run its course. They say something and then to them, after they agree with it. every time I start one thing, another branch come out. All of this, if you look at the foundation of everything that's happening between Harry and Meghan, with the royal family, it didn't have to. None of this didn't have to. If they just let nature does its thing. Yes, I understand there will be some boundaries, and Harry and Meghan recognize that. Meghan literally told them she doesn't mind being in the background, but they refuse to listen.
Touched on it before. You have, it's well known, you've championed the empowerment of women and young girls and promoting their self-worth. How do you hope to continue that work with the Royal Foundation?
Yes, I mean, I think that knowing that I've just been here for 3 months, right? And in that amount of time, but with that said, for me, it's very important to, once you hit the ground running, even if you're doing it quietly behind the scenes, which is what I've focused my energy on thus far, is meeting with the right people, meeting with the right organizations behind the scenes quietly, learning as much as I can so that I can maximize the opportunity we have here to really make an impact.
But they refuse to let nature work its course. They want something, and then if they express their thought with the people that they interact with, truly the truth, okay, their core, to their core, express their thought to their whoever they're having issues with. But instead, they manipulate, they act in a way to make people behave a certain way. Does that make sense? Instead of telling their truth and see how the person react, then they could do the counterbalance. They don't work like that. They think of something, and this is what they want. So the way they interact with the person in a manufactured fashion to have the person believe certain things. But one thing they forget, nature always there. Instinct. Not everybody falls for stupidity. This is the thing that we cannot see, we cannot teach people, is the instinct. You could tell anybody anything, but how the person perceive it, it's up to them. It's them alone. You know, when somebody's talking to you, every word that come out of the person's mouth make you think. As the person talking, you thinking, you processing it in a way. And this is where your instinct come into play without you responding back. The moment the other person you interacting with, his or her words coming out of his or her mouth, you thinking, you processing it, you have a perception. You're already thinking, oh, is this what this person mean? You could either absorb it, don't say anything back, or you could say, is this what you mean by saying such and such? The person could still refuse to admit this is what he or she's trying to tell you or for you to behave, but will continue switch thing to make you feel a certain way. It's hard to explain. I'm not a psychologist, but in reality, I live in reality. When I talk to people, when I say something to people, you know, interact with people, this is some of the thing that comes that I process. But anyway, let's leave that. I might go deeper into things. I always have to, let's pause this. I didn't do too well in psychology 101, okay? The basic of basic psychologists, of psychology classes when I was in college. I didn't do too well. I did enough to pass the class, okay? So I'm not the type of person to tell you how psychology works. And this is why I always say, I don't understand why this mumble feel like she had to do things for baby brain. You know, if you know, you know. But let's continue with this. This is during the IG25 in Canada. How time flies. 30 seconds, screenshot, okay?
Thank you, Karen.
It's very sad. The left behind, his blood royal family. This is the thing they did not want for him. It's out of jealousy. Harry worked his butt off. Okay? He's doing it out of his own heart. To make others feel certain way. That's the interaction that I was talking about. And these people, those vets, receive it the way that Harry wanted them to receive it. Meanwhile, the left behinders refuse to do anything positive out of their core, okay, for others. This is the instinct as well when nature comes into play. People will always have that magic I cannot even explain. When you're doing something out of your heart, you could show up, cut ribbon, pretend you care, whatever. People will know that. The instinct, the natural things, there's that, I don't know, how do you call this? That magnetic field within your space that, transfer between you and whoever you're interacting with. It will always be there. You could pretend as much as you want. The people who are receiving it will know. There's Harry doing things out of his heart. These are the people who's receiving it, understand and feel and receive it the way Harry wanted them to receive it. He's doing it and doesn't want anything back. The others, when they do something, they want something in return. Whatever it is, they want praise, kiss my shoes. I don't know. I'm just saying things. Okay, just to get a positive headline. Oh, I did this. How does that make you feel just for a stupid headline for a moment? When you could do something out of your heart where somebody could cherish it for the rest of her life or his life. And I come across videos or, tweets where people are saying things that Meghan did for them back in the days that where Meghan was doing it out of her heart. Okay, and now that these evil people in the UK are consistently bashing her, when some of these people that Meghan have interacted in the past randomly did something out of her heart, and when they see that, they come out and said, no, this is not the Meghan that I know. She did this for me when nobody was watching. She didn't do it to get applause. She didn't do it to get a positive headline. When I was suffering, she did this for me. She came after my husband was out of town. She came. She knew I was alone with my kids, and she knew I was working late. She decided to come and cherish, to make us feel better or something like that. She didn't do it for the headline.
And also, we're all in Toronto where we film the show, so we become a little family. So really, I think we all sort of lean on each other. I don't have to balance two beautiful little girls like Sarah does, but she does it so well, and I think we all just manage to support each other with whatever comes up.
I'll give you an example. I was working till 4:30 in the morning on a Friday night, and my husband was traveling for business. And on Saturday morning at 7:30, right about 20 minutes after the kids woke up, my front doorbell rings, and it's Meghan with scones and Starbucks. And we turned on cartoons, and the girls were like, what is this amazing thing called a scone? And we let them eat them in bed and get crumbs everywhere. And it was just exactly what I needed, off in Toronto, and really, really delirious morning to have my friend show up and save me.
How would I not do it? I mean, we're about to start filming season 4, and so I think, we're just so grateful that people have responded so well to this.
But anyway, let's finish.
Thank you.
All right, so let's pause this. Let's go to the next one. And this is that for Netflix coming March 4th. And there's that from her IG. In their minds, they were tearing her down, but in reality, they were building her up. I mean, what Meghan went through, oh my God. It takes courage. It's like one of the things that Harry have said in one of the Invictus, not this past Invictus. I think it was it could have been the Germany Invictus, where he was talking about the uniform. It takes courage. It takes strength.
The uniform you've been wearing this past week will give you a new story to tell. And for others, it may give your old uniform new meaning. But I'm here to remind you that after all this, you don't need to rely on a uniform, nor should you ever feel lost without one.
And this is the thing that what Meghan went through, I don't wish it on anybody, but at least this is a blueprint for some people. That blueprint could change later on, where someone else could make it better. Meghan's blueprint could be better. Everything could be better. But at least is a starting point. Meghan's blueprint right now is a starting point for anybody who face something similar. Because I just don't imagine how much pain and suffering she went in. Oh my God. This is where the empathy come in. You could see, or I don't know if anybody could see it, but at least I did, because I wasn't following her at all. And for me to consistently creating videos about her. Because this is a life lesson here. For no reason, a group of people decided this woman who was living her best life, she loved somebody, married the person, they pretend that they welcome her, and then out of nowhere, they start bashing her. I mean, come on. Who will not stand for her? Unless if you have an evil mindset who feel like you should jump on the bandwagon to bash her when she didn't do anything. If she had done something, I don't know. I'm not the type who will waste my time, talking negative online. I don't think I'll go that route. I'll just ignore. Like, for instance, right now, if I type Meghan McCain, okay, right now she's in the news. If I put one of the tweets that talk about her, I will not say anything positive about her. So I ignore her. I didn't even put anything on my list about her. But here I am mentioning her name. But anyway. Okay. Oh my God, she continues. The assault on Harry and Meghan by the UK press, which the royal family signed off on, is still ongoing in 2025. Yeah, I think so too. But it has no impact on Harry and Meghan. They are thriving. Harry and Meghan won. We need to keep on praying, because the evil, they don't stop. They don't stop. We need to keep on praying for them. Right, Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, 2 million. Her IG reached 2 million already. Last year, I had thought, American Riviera, that sounds like such a great name. It's my neighborhood. It's a nickname for Santa Barbara, but it limited me to things that were just manufactured and grown in this area. Then Netflix came on, not just as my partner in the show, but as my partner in my business, which was huge. So I thought about it, and I've been waiting for a moment to share a name that I had secure in 2022. And this is the moment, and it's called As Ever. So the American Riviera, okay, in my humble opinion, I think she knew it wasn't gonna work, because the American Riviera thing came onto the mainstream. American Riviera Orchard came onto the mainstream, at least my periphery, last year, and then we saw the backlash. Meanwhile, I think she was always gonna use the As Ever as the, her brand. While it's like throwing the rabbit. Is it the rabbit? The squirrel. For the royal rat to run with, while As Ever was continually working its things in the background. And the other thing as well, I think American Riviera Orchard was under a company. Who signed it? There was Let me pause for a second. Okay, before I continue. But that's not what I was looking for. I said on Google, which company representing American Riviera Orchard? It says As Ever. As Ever, formerly known as American Riviera Orchard, abbreviated as ARO, is an American lifestyle brand created in 2024 by Meghan Markle. That's what I thought. It came in my periphery last year. Okay, we are in 2025. By Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, with a focus on preserved food, gardening, hosting, and homeware US. Okay, but that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for when they were trying to trademark it. Okay, so let me look for that. Okay, so I got it. This is the answer here. I write on Google, which company representing American Riviera Orchard when it was trademark. All right, so this is it. Mama Knows Best LLC was the company that applied for the trademark for the lifestyle brand American Riviera Orchard. However, the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, USPTO, partially rejected the application. This is what I was saying.
So that I may talk, squirrel.
While they throw a bone or the squirrel to the what do you call this? The royal rats, the people who always writing negative things about Meghan. Okay, so I think this was a bone she threw for them, knowing very well As Ever was already secure, was already preparing its stuff. And then because I think in 2023, when she did that interview on the red carpet with Variety, which is one of my favorite interview ever, because that interviewer, that journalist, got a lot out of Meghan. Okay? And Meghan was like, there's so much coming, she can't wait to share with you.
Something to do with it, but good shows are everlasting.
That's what you're doing now. You have now come into Hollywood in a producerial capacity. What is inspiring you? And as you're kind of looking to make these new projects, what is the thing that is, driving the work that you're going to put out into the business?
Things that make people feel, I was going to say good, but it's more than that. Things that make people feel something, right? And feel a sense of community, but we have so many exciting things on this slate. I can't wait until we can announce them, but I'm just really proud of what we're creating. My husband is loving it too. It's really fun.
We're here anytime you want to make those announcements.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. We'll get in touch then, yeah.
Her trademark, As Ever, was already secure. But as things starting to, whatever was going on in the background, and throw that American Riviera Orchard out there for them.
You desired. Squirrel!
You see? They get distracted. But anyway, I just wanted, this is the key thing here. Mama Knows Best, because it wasn't under Meghan's name that it came out. Okay, let me look who trademarked As Ever. Well, I removed American Riviera Orchard and put As Ever. Well, she says it's already secure. This is the thing here. Alright, the same haters, Daily Mail. Meghan Markle faces another trademark battle as clothing. And if you look at one of the videos that I did yesterday, there's a squatty who did a long thread, very thorough. I went over it and I learned a lot from it as well. Is that there are other companies that has the word As Ever in their names that have been approved, have already been trademarked, but the very first company that uses the word As Ever, New York City, I believe, they never trademarked it. Okay, so if in the future anybody has any issues with Meghan's trademark As Ever, most likely they will not succeed, because there have been multiple other companies who use the word As Ever, and I think there's As Ever Photography, As Ever, some other things. She lists several of them. Go watch the video yesterday. I went over that thread. Okay, they had no issues. So, but for these, the Daily Mail and the haters already bringing issues. But whatever, let's leave that alone. Back to Twitter. All right, did I finish with that? So I thought about it, and I've been waiting for a moment to share a name that I had secure in 2022, and this is the moment. It's called As Ever. All right, so let's see here. The GIF. There's that. I'm going to have to get Netflix March 4th. Chapter of Joy. There's the mic here. All right, so let's go to the next tweet. Oh my God, I spent too much time on this, and I don't even have that many tweets. Oh Lord. Okay, I put here smear campaign. There's no comment. Let's see here. 4 years, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have been subjected to a coordinated smear campaign. Now, media giant want you to believe that those defending them, the Sussex Squad, are the bullies. Read. Oh, are they? The Sussex Squad and the great media misdirection. This is the thing. They want to switch the table. This is their blueprint. They have been doing this for ages. Like in past videos I've mentioned, I don't know if I delete them because sometimes when I cannot find something to back my thing, I will remove it. Like during wartime, Americans, when they go overseas, the white soldiers will run in front to smear the black African American men, tell the women how bad the African American soldiers are, so they themselves could get the women. I mean, it's their blueprint. It's their blueprint, okay? And some of the women were smart enough. You know what? Let's leave it as that. But it's their blueprint. It's their typical thing. Run in front and to smear somebody's name. Meanwhile, they don't want who's creating the nonsense. Okay, documents, lawsuit, and investigative report have laid bare a coordinated effort to vilify the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, especially Meghan, in ways that go far beyond mere criticism. The campaign has incited hatred, led to credible death threats, death plots against Duke and Duchess and their children, and pushed racist narrative to a global audience. But here's the twist. When a group of people known collectively as the Sussex Squad stood up to counteract the misinformation and call out the bullying, the very same media machine suddenly shifted tactics. Now they claim that the Sussex Squad are bullies, that correcting falsehood is harassing, and that defending Meghan and Harry is toxic. Oh, damn. I was just thinking of something. Like I was saying before, that other Meghan, I purposely did not mention her. Well, I did mention her, but I didn't put any tweet that I was seeing Twitter was talking about, because I don't want to say things that I will regret in the future. But these people don't build like me anyway. This is classic misdirection. The same media outlets that have made millions from tearing Meghan apart now want the public to believe that those pushing back against the lies are the real villain. It's a trick as old as time. When exposed, the powerful try to shift blame onto their accusers. It's a tactic designed to discredit, to silence, and ultimately to make the bullying of Meghan and Harry seem justified by painting their defenders as irrational fanatics. It's sad. This is why I say sometimes let the blind see. Alright? Next tweet. Okay. It's not that long. Any haters that come, I will just block it. The hate Meghan Markle receives from women shows how deep the jealousy runs. It also shows how dangerous they are when that jealousy centers a man. Harry's like, you're not gonna get me. I'm fine where I am. I love my wife. No one is gonna. Here's the clip from the Mill Book interview that he did. Harry did over there.
The people I feel most sorry about are the trolls who their hopes are just built and built and built, and it's like yes, and then it doesn't happen.
Right? They build, and then boom, nothing happened. I literally see a video accusing her of narcissism based on the fact she laughed in public. Between her charity work, her avoiding in-laws that hate her and mistreat her husband, and her making sandwiches, she is a true threat to us all. Oh, really? Or because she married a prince? There's that. It's Harry, though. Nobody wanted Harry. Harry was, how did I call him? diamond in the rough, okay? Diamond in the rough. His good character, his true self, his inner peace, and, you know, nobody's seen it. Because the brother, every chance that the brother get when they're doing joint interview is to put him down.
What? Well, when I was younger, I wanted to be a policeman, but I haven't. I wouldn't want to be that now.
Most popular cop on the block.
Exactly.
What would you want to do? How about you, Harry?
He'd probably sit in and play computer games and drink beer.
Yeah, for a concert it'll be easy, and it's actually been a lot tougher than you imagined.
Yeah.
We couldn't have done it with everybody else's help.
Yeah.
Everyone coming together, all the little cogs and pieces put together. Both were quite keen to.
He's been the hardest. He's, you know, some cigarettes somewhere and a beer. That's about it, really. But apart from that, it's been pretty easy.
The media put him down. Everywhere he goes, put him down. Meanwhile, he was doing good thing. Oh, really? I'm so not buying that. But whatever you need to believe, okay, it's Harry though. Nobody wanted Harry. All right, so why you have to point that out? You must have something. By the way, if that were even remotely the case, Meghan wouldn't be so hated by a particular type of scorn, very angry, jealous females. Okay, she's disliked by the majority of rational females. You sure? I need to block this after I read that. Again, believe what you choose. That being said, do you consider it rational to be so obsessed with a woman you don't know, someone with whom you have no personal relationship? Rethink the use of the word rational, Kate. It clearly doesn't apply to derangers. You Meghan fans are all the same. You can't argue point rational, so you just throw out personal insult. Where did she say personal insult? Okay. Alright, let's block this. Alright, okay, I read that. Chill. Anytime they toss her name in with, was it Archie, was it A and H? Archie, Harry, was BL. All I know, they are deranged. Meghan Markle was philanthropic and had a stellar reputation before dating, marrying Prince Harry, and joining that inbred imperialist colonialist family that now pose a philanthropist while living off the subject. Okay, well said, absolutely right. And when love is at stake. Okay, so this one I respond to an hour ago. Yet you have a problem with her. Who did I just block? Okay. Right. Oh, because she said something about Meghan's father. And I was like, here, there's the thing here about the father who wanted to ruin the wedding. Let me play it just for the sake of it. Let's pause.
So that may have been one of the things that upset her. And of course, the photographs were a setup. I was set up by a guy named Jeff Rayner and another guy named Dylan Howard, who was with American Media, I think. And the whole thing was a plan to actually mess up the wedding. I was just part of it. Basically, they went to my... I don't understand. How...
It's sad. It is very sad to see the father went along with it. Whatever. Baggage for God. Okay, next tweet. This is a GIF. I'm tired of the tantrum regarding Meghan Markle's endeavors and having a show and building a business. Furthermore, it is neither Meghan Markle's nor any celebrity's responsibility or fault that the price of eggs is high, planes are falling out of the sky, or that you're broke. I wonder what they're saying about her, about Meghan now for her to write this tweet. Or that their very competent friend or family members are suddenly losing their government jobs. That's an ad. Boom. Agree. Thoroughly enjoy your TED Talk. Yeah, blame MAGA for that shit. All right, let's see here. Who is she? Danny. Followed. She's a squatty. Okay, so let's move on. Next tweet.